Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Boys Love Gelboys. This week we are recapping episode 5, and as always, I'm Adam.
And I'm RJ. We are recording this, surprise everyone. We're recording this on the eve of us getting our nails tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Oh yes, we're getting our nails. I don't think I'm doing full create.
Yeah.
Procreate.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't because I'm the messier eater of us two.
Oh yeah,
So
the bacteria that will be living on your hands will be crazy. So can't wait for that. Before we start episode 5, we haven't done this while we've been recapping the show. I want to know what you thought overall about the episode as a whole.
Oh, like just as a... Well, I knew that it was going to be a Bua episode, right? That we were going to get Messiana boots. But not even necessarily Messiana boots, but just like, why?
Some answers.
Why is she Messiana boots? Buzzarella. Because I remember seeing the comments of being like, there is some kind of like, they do address some sort of like, he feels othered. Now that we've done all 4 characters, like, there are definitely ones that I am more drawn to, like emotionally, like who really gets to me. But in overall, they are 4 very distinct people. They're with distinct characters and distinct character choices. That, yeah, it's very interesting, and I was very satisfied.
Okay,
how about you?
I thought this was the weakest episode of the show so far.
Interesting.
To be clear, not a bad episode.
Yeah, so it sounds like you hated this episode.
But this episode is the one that has to pivot into
how to get out of this
heading to the climax, right? It's going to come to a head probably next episode. Yeah. There's only 7 episodes of the show total.
Yeah.
Next episode is episode 6. So
I think it was missing a big moment in the episode to help with that catapulting into...
Yeah.
I think the big moment that we'll talk about, I'm sure, is catapulting into the conflict of the next half of the show, or like the last 2 episodes. Feels very just like real quick at the end that I wish it was kind of it lost the air a little bit, I feel like.
The other thing I thought was that I thought that this episode, I don't think Bua felt as well defined as the other 3 episodes that we've gotten so far that are like character specific.
I wonder if it's because we were building Bua up to be like this big mastermind of everything, just because he was such a mystery for the first 2
well
episodes.
That's the thing, is like I still feel like he's a bit of an enigma.
Yeah,
like there are answers, but then I still have other questions.
Is it the TikTok of it all? Because it feels like...
No, it's the moms of it all. It's the home situation of it all.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that still isn't... I still don't understand.
Yeah, that's true. There's still, like, questions. It's very inferred. And I'm like, no,
it's
like...
extremely inferred in a way that the other...
I need someone to say something.
Yeah. In a way that I was shocked because I feel like the other ones
was a little bit more blatant.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Maybe there's more coming. Maybe
once the show is over, I feel like my opinion could change of the episode in context of the
whole
full arc. But I, like, going through it, I was like, I could tell that this episode has probably the biggest hurdle, which is it still has to be the Bua episode, and we have to understand his whole character.
But it's got to
But it also has to get us to the next episode.
The climax, yeah.
And this was of the 4 characters episodes we've gotten so far, I felt like this one was the most where we left the character that it's about more often than the others. Because he had been such a mystery, I had created a story in my head.
Exactly.
And then it didn't necessarily meet exactly. Whereas like the other 3 characters, I felt like it was pretty clear what was up. But also, I feel like Bua is a very confused character.
Yes.
And I think that adds to the confusion that the audience has as well.
Totally.
Which is totally fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with the beginning. So Chian from the get-go is like, hey...
Wow, that sure has fully faded. I'm just like looking at it now.
So we start the episode and Chian has informed Bua that he will not be doing Miss TikTok anymore.
Yes.
He's not participating. He's taking a step back.
Yeah.
from.
And he says it
doing
in
that.
the way of like, I just think other people, one person.
Right. One person.
Might think, that there might be more than just us filming content.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, in one sense, I felt in the... Like, Boo was acting very much like, okay, yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
I think at the moment, it didn't feel like a big deal. But
Right.
once you saw the boulder crashing down, or like getting bigger and bigger, the snowball effect getting bigger and bigger. It's like, oh,
You know how the boulder gets bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, or was it always just a big boulder?
It was just always a big boulder, a big rolling boulder.
Yeah.
That's a nice boulder. Yeah, so then we also learn at the same time that Gelboys is actually the name of the TikTok channel.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
So Gelboy is not singular.
But Bua is going through a crisis because since Cheon has left the channel,
the engagement has been low.
She's
which is so funny because
flopping.
She's
in her
still
flop
getting
era.
like 24K views or something like that.
Sure.
It's not like he went down to like 1,000 views.
Right. Maybe he's being shadow banned. I have a suspicion that
TikTok is the app of the app.
Well, okay, so like if I was to infer a larger context of this whole,
if social
he leaves. Well, no, he leaves and then people stop engaging. If I was to draw a bigger context, it's a commentary on like shipping culture in Thailand, because like people are only watching their content.
These two boys with nails dancing
that
together.
They're shipping together. We've never seen the comments of these videos.
Right.
They pointedly do not call them out. And it doesn't seem like Bua is interested in the comment aspect of these TikToks.
He is Gabrielle Union. Well, did you get the likes? Did you get the
clicks?
engagement?
Did you get the views? Did you get the engagement? Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
So, and maybe that's not what they're going for, but that was like the most clear reason that I could think of off the top of my head as to why he would be getting less engagement.
I guess I just thought that it was because look at these boys with nails, but I didn't realize the shipping. That makes sense to me.
The other thing, I didn't write this down, which is so strange. So I don't actually know when this happens. I should have double checked the episode, but I think it's now. He goes home, aka
his mom, one of his parents, one of his moms.
Okay, yes, we learn a lot.
Huh?
So he's got two moms.
He goes to a weed cafe.
Let's start there. He goes to a weed cafe.
He's doing a TikTok challenge with like a woman. And then another woman walks over and like blows like smoke all over the camera and like basically ruins the video. And then the two women start fighting and Bua like just starts crying in a corner.
Yeah.
And the two women are fighting and it's very like, you only show up here every 3 months, blah, blah, blah. You don't care about
You don't know what's going on in his
All you
life.
want to do is make TikTok, da, da, da. So they are co-parenting in a way.
This is what I mean, though, is like, I'm still like, but I want to know more.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not the point,
That's
right?
true,
Maybe it's just, all you need to know is just that it's not great.
It's not great.
Right?
They make a comment about, like, it's not like he doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't
know what that means.
It's like he doesn't know he's white. Like, babe,
yeah.
he knows.
babe,
he's seen a mirror.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I just know that there's like some sort of conversation about him being, I think, half, or maybe he's not ethnically Thai but is raised in Thailand, right? So like, that's what I want to, and maybe it's gonna come. I don't know. But
I know that there's something that's going to happen because there's been a comment alluded to in our comments before on Patreon that at some point he's going to have a crisis about
his identity of some kind.
His racial identity.
Yes.
And I thought that was happening this episode.
Yeah, me too.
So maybe that's part of why I was like, oh, it didn't happen here. Was that it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's next episode.
Maybe.
I would assume it's next episode because
watch people be like, no, that was it, and I was like, oh.
But I thought this whole scene was very interesting. I thought it was very interesting to make his parents lesbians, but I thought that like that was very clear in like how he presents. Like he has like this kind of like he doesn't.
It's not non-binary. But it is
No.
like
it's very fluid,
It's very fluid.
in how he expresses his
Yes,
gender.
yes,
And I
yes,
don't
yes.
even think he would like specifically say like
I'm
I'm gender
gender
fluid or
fluid,
anything
yeah.
like that. But he just like it's just like clothes are fashion more than they are
Yeah.
anything else. That was the one thing. And then the other thing is, let me just say this.
Oh.
As a child of divorced
Ah.
parents, I was
There we
like,
go.
ugh.
It's either divorced parents or trains. It's one or the other.
It's not great. It's not great. In the way that they frame the shot where he is like filming himself, but it's really just so he can watch them fight.
Yeah, in the corner.
About
I know.
him.
About him.
And this is like such a trope
Yeah.
of the kid always thinks it's about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, and
It is-
to be clear, when my parents got divorced, I was like in first grade. So
Right.
it was like, that was very easy to glom onto the fact that it was like my fault or whatever. It was
Yeah,
not my
yeah.
fault. It was not my fault.
It was us. Yeah.
By the way.
But let's tell what happened. Let's tell whose fault. That's crazy.
But
Let's air
I'm
it
sure
out.
it's also not. I'm sure it's not Bua's fault.
I don't
and
know.
maybe it's not. That's what he's like. You know.
But it's because he becomes the reason why they can't get along because they're not agreeing into like what co-parenting him should be like.
Right.
So it becomes the reason why they are at least fighting all the time.
Yeah. We'll come back to the weed shop.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Yeah. Just because I think as a kid, like you always think, yeah, like disciplining is just to you. They do always
Right.
seem like a unit by default, right? And so
Well, that's like the thing as a child is like every adult knows
every adult is,
what they're doing.
Yes.
And then
exactly,
you
yeah.
like become an adult and you're like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
wait a minute.
No, wait a damn
No, we
minute.
don't.
No, none of us do.
None of us have any idea.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that's interesting after now seeing these four parents,
Mhm.
we really don't see a lot of Bobbin's parents. We
Mm-mm.
get like a very quick scene when he goes to school.
Mhm.
But we've now seen all four home life situations.
Yes, yeah.
There is a through line for three of them of a distancing between
absolutely.
them and their children.
Yeah. I mean, to some extent, both Format and Chian, there is still distancing, even though,
Yeah.
or not Chian, sorry, Format and Bobbin. Even though Bobbin works at I guess both of them, they like are helping their business, their family's business,
Right.
in some capacity. But I think because Format's mom is a lot kind of like younger and like we said, she kind of shares the same personality as her kids.
Yeah, she's kind of in the Peter Pan syndrome.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
And then Bobbin's parents feel like very traditional, very much a lot like the Thai parents in all the BLs that we watch
Yes.
where they run a business and
It's
they're
a
just
parents.
trying. Yes,
Yep.
yeah. So it's interesting. I don't think his distance isn't as like apparent as everyone else, but also Bobbin's like a very interesting insular character regardless though, that but yeah, that it's definitely
And Chian's parents aren't even home. Right?
It's not like they're neglecting him like
No.
emotionally. You know, they call every day, but they are not there because even when he's in college and they're still not home.
Right. I want to
just
be clear.
crazy.
I'm not insinuating that the characters feel like they are neglected by their parents.
But there is a level of
we
kids
do
are-
not have a close relationship.
Yes.
And I think it's very interesting because it's a pointedly, especially Bilkin's character had such a close relationship with his mom.
Yeah. It feels like the kids are just left off to be kids. Like it feels like
Latchkey kids.
latchkey kids, yes. That you're like, why are you still out and about at night?
Now, there was one commenter on our Patreon who said that a lot of so much of the show takes place in these like mall settings.
Yeah.
And
Very Southeast Asian.
their theory was like it's a commentary on focusing their kind of adolescence in a capitalistic environment, which I do think you could read into.
Yeah.
But more importantly, as living in a country where currently third spaces don't really exist anymore, and like you will constantly hear about like places won't even let teens in anymore. They have to be like 18 in order to enter, like malls, just like
It's
regular
crazy.
malls.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to. Yeah, it's just very interesting. But also the concept of like adolescence, this kind of like teenagehood is in the history of like humanity, it's like a modern concept, right? Like we didn't have like you would start work at like 12 or whatever, like historically, right?
Yeah.
Like it's only within the past like 100 years that we kind of
created
let this childhood
phase
extend into this like late teenager era.
Yeah.
So I think we're still like internationally, I would say, like genuinely still figuring out how the fuck to like navigate what that means and when to like cut it off and when to. I mean, the entire millennial culture kind of was like, well, how far can we push being a child into our 20s? Like, that's
totally,
that's one of the like
adulting,
the downfalls of the like the millennial generation. But I can say that as a millennial.
The third space situation is very interesting. I mean, like, especially living in a city, like, there's more, I would say, than like a lot of other places in the country, but still like very much.
And while I agree with the commenter that there is a ton of capitalism happening, I also would point out that like a lot of it is not about them. Like there is a lot of
shopping.
There's a lot of shopping and
but
eating
it's a lot
food,
of them
but there's
just
a lot
sitting
of just
in
like
the
walking around.
courtyards.
Yes, there's a lot of them just like hanging out.
First of all, the fact that there are outlets just like over,
crazy.
You know what I mean? Like even in the charging, just I'm like, what do you mean? There's just an outlet on a pillar and someone can just sit there.
I know.
That does not happen here, girl.
Yeah. So Bua is now trying to figure out how he's going to get the likes, get the views, get the engagement, right? So he's like, let me do get ready with me's. Let me do like here's my recommended face cream or whatever. And
they all feel like imitations. Like he does not feel right to him. He's seeing other people do it better.
And getting his way better views.
He does his get ready with me and he's watching it and he's like, this fucking sucks. I'm sad. My life is sad.
Yeah.
Oof.
He gets on his nightly phone call with Xian and Xian's like, hey, we can't do this anymore. I don't think we should do this anymore. So then he's like, okay, no problem. And I do,
whatever, my rights here.
Credit, he's really like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like he's not throwing a fit, right? We'll get to the fit. But wait, at the beginning, he's like, fine. He calls Moo. He tries to get Moo to like,
do the challenges
to do the dance TikTok challenges.
And Moo is very much like, no.
That's not for me, Diva.
He says it shouldn't be for you too. You get so depressed if a video doesn't pop off. I don't do that, Adam.
Anymore.
I never did that.
Okay, there was a period of time, genuinely. This was like...
But nothing ever popped off, so I was never like
but in like college, if you like posted a Facebook status and it didn't get a like, you would delete the status.
Delete it, yeah. So then at that point, I'm like, just write in a diary, Diva.
Babe.
But I never did that. I never did that with like TikTok. I think Instagram,
No.
For a little bit, I was... like in the middle 2010s.
But that's the thing is about like going like once you get popular, then you're constantly chasing that high.
Yeah. For TikTok,
I mean, like it's weird to even talk about this because like I guess ostensibly we are literally now content creators, and it's very weird. Yeah. But I still do not consider myself
like because there are people that we love, like content creators that we love, like. I love Freddie, but I cannot do what Freddie does.
Oh my God.
Just like making TikToks all the time.
So funny, witty, off the top of your head.
Yes.
Create editing. No.
Couldn't do
I can
it.
do this.
I could do this.
Where I can ramble for 45 minutes to an hour and then put it out and be like, does anyone want to?
Yeah. I know. Listen? That's why I'm always surprised when people clip our stuff and put it on TikTok, and I'm like, wow, that would have been funnier than anything I could clip out of our own thing. I just don't have the...
No.
I think we're too old, Diva Boots.
I think you're too old. I agree. I think you're too old.
I think you're fucking ancient.
I think you're too old, you fucking hag.
Let's take a break, girl. How dare you? Okay, hag.
So, Bua finds out that he's been taken off of Qian's close friends.
Okay, so he was at Qian's little D&T group. Qian wasn't there, but his friends were still there. And it was so funny because he was like, oh, he's been posting on close friends? And
Hello?
It's like a full 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, but it felt like 10 minutes of just the other boys just like...
Ignore, like, not... Everyone was waiting for someone else to, like, comment. And, like... It's so funny.
It was so funny.
It's so good. It's such a good scene.
They show him, and yeah, they're snuggling and canoodling and
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
And
It's him and four.
Yeah.
And this is what is fascinating about this is like, just keep in mind that like, again, we have had a period of time go by.
Yeah.
They're in university now.
Yeah.
Or I should say Cheon for sure we know is in university
Right.
now. And I'm pretty sure that 4 is like a senior.
A senior.
They seem to be very canoodly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll come back to that. There's other gaming going on. I did like the juxtaposition of like the tabletop gaming versus like the online gaming that 4 is doing.
That 4 is doing, yeah. Because that's what the close friends is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we jump into that.
Esports.
He like loses this like esport tournament,
Whatever.
whatever. And the way the entire scene is framed, he like gets mad because he like lost or whatever, and so like Cheon comes over to like lift his spirits or whatever.
Quotes Mean Girls.
Okay, this is my question.
So it was
And no one
translated-
answered.
Yeah. They were all translated quotes as Mean Girls quotes, but Adam was like, I don't think it's actually Mean Girls. I think it's something, and they're translating it as Mean Girls because it's the closest thing to whatever. But I think it's Mean Girls. I think they're quoting Mean Girls. So if someone has seen the Thai dub of Mean Girls, is that what they're saying?
Yeah, just let us know, because I was just thinking, because Aichi doesn't usually put like translator
notes
note.
like Vicky.
Vicky will do that. I guess I just assumed that like Mean Girls can't be that popular internationally, right?
Well, not for these kids though. But
But that's what I mean. Like this movie came out 100 generations ago,
generations ago.
and you remember because you were there.
Because you're a hag. Fucking dinosaur. Yeah.
Anyway, let us know. So they're quoting
oh my God,
Mean
but
Girls.
the scene, oh my God.
And they're having a kiki, and it's very cute. And then the camera pivots, and you realize Bobbin has been there the entire
Standing right
time.
there, also recording. Like, truly also recording Formad, like, laughing and smiling.
Yeah,
For his own library.
Bobbin. Oh, so it's
So then makes...
so he hasn't changed from last
no,
episode.
No. And he gets himself upset, and so he cries beautifully in a corner afterwards.
Cries so beautifully in a corner. Bua, after finding out about the close friends of it all, decides to confront Cheon. So first, just goes to Cheon's home.
No one's there.
No one's there. Does he have a key?
He knows where the spare is.
He knew where the spare was. Okay.
Yeah.
So he goes to his house. Nobody's there. He finds him in his like
Class.
painting classroom.
It feels
school.
like studio, where it's like, it's just an open class where you can make the projects that you'll present for class.
So he finds him in there, and this scene, first of all, technically, I just want to shout out, this is a one-take scene, and it's like so beautifully composed. They move all around the space,
Yeah.
and yet it doesn't feel like a play. Sometimes one takes can feel like a play, and it really just is so impeccably done. I have to shout it out, and you should, if you didn't notice it the first time, just go back and look at it again. It's such a cool scene to watch, but it's basically Bua confronting him and being like, why are you doing this to me?
Mm-hmm.
And Cheon finally like admits that he had liked him the whole time, but Bua, Diva Boots, you knew that?
Yeah, because you've been rejecting him.
Right. Unless he really didn't think he liked him and only wanted to like get in his pants. Which, I mean, granted,
That's true.
the shower thing was
The shower
crazy.
thing was crazy. Yeah.
So I believe that could have been the truth.
Yeah.
But like,
And seeing him do it to other boys.
but babe, this is why we talk. This is why we communicate.
I know. Here's the thing. This was frustrating to watch, but it was great because I was like,
Oh, totally.
they're finally... People are saying what they feel.
Right.
For the first
and
time.
I actually really liked that I was like, oh, Cheon's out of high school, and so now he's like kind of...
Able
Once you're
to
like
mature.
removed from the environment, then you're like, oh, I have to like talk. I have to like say things.
Yeah.
So I thought this scene was great. They come to like a resolution.
Yes.
It's very nice.
It's very sweet.
And
But he does ask, just like, just can you film stuff with me again, please?
Right. Babe, please. He walks him home. He walks him back to his dorm. Bua walks Cheon back to his dorm. And they finish the like whole conversation there. And that's when Bua walks away. They have this resolution. And then he comes back and he's like,
says, I'm gonna...
I won't talk to Moo anymore.
I won't talk to Moo anymore.
By the way, just so you know. It wouldn't work out between us anyway, so I'm not even going to talk to him. And I was like, oh, we missed the point. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Because This is like, I think,
because now he is putting Cheon back in the same position that he used to have him in, so that he can kind of like, I don't think he's manipulating him, but there is a sense of like, there's a control that I can have if I know that he thinks that I might still like him. But later on, he does kind of question this, like, maybe I do like him.
It's very interesting because we like come to find out that like Bua is jealous, but not in a romantic way. But in a way, and then I was trying to like go back to the home thing, and be like, so what is it all based on? Yeah. Like, why is he? Because, like, for Cheon, you could be like, oh, he's really lonely, right? Yeah, like, Cheon's really lonely. That's why he, like, really cares about, like, this friendship with Bua, because no one's at home. That's what we're led to believe, right? And
then for Bua, it's like, he has no one to talk to.
Right. I think, like, the parent thing is interesting because it's, like, I guess I just, like, don't know if I understand Bua. Maybe that's just it. Maybe I just don't get him.
Yeah.
By the way, Leon is so good in this.
He's is.
So clearly my MVP for the episode.
Yeah.
But
he is so good at kind of, like, putting the facade to the point where I'm like, what am I supposed to... Sorry, what am I supposed... I feel for you. I empathize for you. But, like, what exactly am I empathizing
He's really good at... Genuinely, my favorite... I think he, like, really excels in, like, feeling like he's hearing the words for the first time. And he's, like, thinking about how to...
Michael Shirtlift's...
Yes.
Guideposts are... check.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's just a very confusing character.
Yes.
Because he doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah. No, I really think that's it.
Other than... Well, I think what it really is he wants the validation. Yeah. He wants the social media validation.
Yes, he wants the likes, he wants the views, he wants the engagement.
Yeah. So anyway, he's gonna give up Moo.
When we were dating other people in college, did you ever feel like you were jealous?
Of who?
Of like, oh, I'm not spending enough time with RJ, or like,
no, absolutely not. Were you jealous that you weren't spending time with me, your best friend? You can say
I wasn't jealous of the time, but I think I was jealous that you were like single and like out there in the city,
being a slut,
being a full
slut,
harlot.
Yeah.
Being a goddamn Jezebel,
a slattern
out there.
Cheon goes to 4, and basically
this is actually a very sweet scene because he
with the mountain of pork.
Yes, mountain of pork that we did have to look up. Because we were like, what the fuck? Adam was like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I was like, it's obviously noodle soup. Hello?
It's obviously noodle soup. He's supposed to put the photo on the screen. It's obviously noodle soup, you clown. My God.
It is very cute. Cheon is like, he wants me to make TikToks. Oh, we made this account together. It's called Gelboys.
It's called Gelboys.
Stupid. Format doesn't know that already?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you not follow? Or maybe he's just like, now that it's being said. Maybe he does. Maybe he's followed all of these. He's looked at them, but he's not following the accounts.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird. Do we ever see... We don't ever see him on TikTok. We see him on TikTok when he's on the live.
Yeah.
But we don't see him like scrolling through TikTok.
No, he's an Instagram
IG.
He's an Instagram girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And by the way, TikTok is the app of the episode.
Yes.
Since there's been one for every episode.
I said it earlier. The app of the app.
App of the app. So they have this conversation. He's like, I want to help. I have to do this.
I want to help my friend.
And 4 takes it really well.
Because he also was like, he wants me to do his nails too.
Correct. Because that's the whole thing. They do their nails and then they go film like 20 challenges together so they can like stock up.
Yeah.
It's kind of brilliant, to be clear. So
Format is like, well,
he said, well, first of all, Cheon tells him he called him Gelboy to make Bua jealous from the get-go. Which is good that you're being honest about it, because I would then feel more comfortable being like, okay, like...
But when you use that term in the nail salon when there is no one else, Bua's not there.
Right. Yep. Four then asks, like,
can I come? Well, he's like, well, I need my nails done too. Can I just do it with you too?
Can I join in?
Well, that's the energy of like, very much like, my partner says, I'm gonna go out with a work friend, and you're like, oh great, I'll come too.
Yeah.
This work friend that you talk about all the time, who's single.
Everybody's jealous.
Yeah.
Everybody's jealous. Don't be jealous.
Don't be jealous.
So after eating, they go to the top of a castle.
What?
They go to the top of the castle, and on the top of the castle, they have this conversation where, once again, Four asks, hey, so like, what's the fuck status?
But it's funny how he does it. He's like, look at this video. So what are we? It's crazy. Psychotic behavior. I'm obsessed with it.
Listen, Four speaks the first thing that comes to his mind.
I know. It's amazing. Because even when they do like the voice notes back and forth online, and he keeps playing the one where he's like,
cute.
Mm-hmm. He's like so giddy about it.
He's so good in the show.
I think he's gonna end up being.
It's criminal how good he is.
Like my favorite performer of the entire show.
I know. And once again, Chiana's like, well, we don't want to rush anything. Babe,
it's been like a year.
It's been years.
You're in college.
It's been years. It's been years.
You're in fucking college. Hello?
I would be so mad. I would be so mad for you. Have every reason to be incensed by this. Yeah.
But Chian does the like, well, let me just like get physical to kind of like get him back.
Mm-hmm. They make out.
And then Four is like, you stink.
Your pot stinks.
Yeah. And then just keeps watching his little video. So now we're starting to see him like hold back. Push away.
Four is realizing that this is going nowhere. So fast.
Yep. I mean, not fast. It's been years.
Slow. It's going nowhere very slowly. The next scene is incredible. Four gets stopped on a street interview, and they ask, like, hey, so what? Are you seeing anybody?
And he's like, I'm kind of, like, talking to someone. They're like, what does that mean?
The incredible part of this scene is forcing someone who's in a situationship to try to fucking explain what the fuck they're in, because the people are like, Are you okay? Are you hearing this? Are you hearing yourself?
Yeah.
It's such a gag because he's trying to like be like, oh no, because it's totally cool. And you can see him being like, I sound nut. Four and Bobbin get into it.
I know.
Bobbin is like, Bobbin is still
like,
unfortunately, we know that Bobbin also has an ulterior motive. So he is not pure in his conviction of being like, just dump Chian.
Yes.
Right? Because
but he is fully like, you're fucking miserable again. It's because of Chian. Just break up with him.
Right.
If you don't break up with him, like, I'll
do it for you.
I'll do it for you. And they like hit each other's iPads, and their friends are like, hey, stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then Format is like, I like him, okay? You wouldn't fucking know what that's like. Well, maybe you had a fucking business.
Maybe you had a fucking business, you would know what that's like, but you don't.
So don't fucking talk to me like you do.
I loved two lines. I loved the you don't have the guts either line, which I was like, oh no, which is so true.
Yeah.
Because we just saw that Bobbin absolutely does not have the guts to do anything, unfortunately. And then I actually really love, I mean, like, Four could be such a frustrating character.
Yes, totally.
But the line when he leaves and he says, I like him, okay? And it's just like, your heart breaks for him because you know that feeling of being like, why am I getting emotional? You know that feeling of being like,
why are you getting emotional? You married the guy you liked.
The feeling of being like, it's not my fault. Like, I don't want to be this way.
I don't want to do this. Yeah.
I don't like that I'm being like this.
Yeah.
And yet here we are. I like him. What do you want me to do about it? I can't not like him. That's not how this works. Bobbin, you should know. You haven't tried to stop liking Four at any point. So they go on this third wheel date. Who's the third wheel here? Is it Bua or is it 4?
It's Chian.
It's so uncomfortable.
It's all of them. It's so funny because they're fully like, "Hey, 4's here. Hey, Bua's here." And 4 goes up to Bua and is like, "Hey, he's saying he's on his way."
But
then he says it to 4, but not Bua.
Yes, but the brilliance of the like scene when they do the nails,
I know,
is he like 4 is watching. 4 is like, and so he's trying to be like a good boyfriend. You can tell Chian's really trying to navigate this situation.
Yeah, but they're not boyfriends,
right? He's trying to not make anyone upset.
Yes.
Which is going to be a problem.
And Bua is fully like this, but then Chian is like pushing his hand away.
Hand back and like won't even touch his hand.
Yeah, it's fully
to like keep it in place. He's just like, right?
Yeah.
But then we cut to when he's doing 4's nails. Yeah. Who also, by the way, 4 has worn his nails out, and so they're too thin. So he's like getting injured, but he's like there to be like, "Oh no, I just needed my nails done too, so it's fine. We'll just do it all at once." And it's like, babe. It's such a good example of like, again, using the nails as like a metaphor of what's going on is being like, you're stretching yourself too thin, honey. Yeah. You weren't built to have this kind of like relationship with somebody. You deserve more than this. The metaphor, Dorothy.
Format is shooting them.
It's
he is
very
Instagram
awkward.
boyfriend. Forced Instagram boyfriend.
And they're they're great dancers.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job.
They've got great outfits.
Costume changes.
Yeah. A lot of costume changes.
They go to eat.
They do.
They go to eat. And 4 airdrops the video to Bua. And so he accepts the like Gelboy.
One solo.
One Gelboy here. Uh-huh. And then this is when Bua's like has fully lost it.
Yeah.
And
he's grasping at straws.
He's grasping at straws. So he does this like, do you remember what the password is to our TikTok account?
Tell me,
whisper in my ear. Bua, I was on your side, and then you did this. And then you did this, and then had the audacity to be like, and I don't even like Chia.
I know! That says it like, I actually don't even like him that way.
I don't really like him.
Leave the man alone.
I know.
I do feel bad for him. Because he is trapped in the making of his own whatever, however that goes.
You know what, though? I am realizing right now, it's both of the weed cafe scenes.
That's weird.
No. The social media validation is because his parents like aren't paying attention to him specifically, right? Like we find out that one of the parents only shows up once every 3 months. And then when he comes home, she's like more engaged with these like clients and customers or whatever than she is like.
And it's literally for like, yes.
It's crazy because he like pats her leg.
Yep.
No. He pats her leg
to show that he's there.
To show her he's there. He sits down and then she goes, "What did you say?" And he goes, "Oh, I ate." He didn't say anything. She doesn't even know that he didn't say words to her.
Yeah.
So that's like where that's where the validation is coming from, because he's like not getting seen at home. Oh, babe. Like any good queen would do, he messages a gay icon for support.
LALISA.
He messages LALISA on Instagram and be like,
it's ChatGPT. It's the ChatGPT scene.
Girl, if you people saw the things that I have said to idols in their like Weverse whatevers, in their froms, in their name it, and you might be saying to yourself, is he insinuating that he's saying nasty things? No. It's so much worse, guys. Much worse. It's the most earnest bullshit I've ever said. I was like, I'm rooting for you 100%. I think you have so much talent and there's so much there. And like, I hope you like achieve all success that you want in your life. Like, bonkers, crazy.
You did it to Bane.
Girl, I just did it to Sunu like a month and a half ago.
From what? From The Boys,
when he was going through all the bullshit. Yes. And I was like, us Dobbies love you. Like, it's gonna be okay. Am I okay? Am I okay? No. But that's what I do. I don't even say things like that to my friends.
No. You don't say that to me.
Well, you're not a friend.
You're a colleague.
You're a colleague. You're a coworker.
Your co-host.
So then we have LALISA's comeback.
Yes.
Bua and Bobbin
Rockstar.
are like hanging out.
They're streaming it together.
They're friends.
They're friends. Well, they're blinks.
They're fellow Blinks.
They're fellow blinks, yes.
Who both bias Lisa.
Uh-huh.
And then
It doesn't get far.
No, we don't get it far into the video before Bobbin's like,
pause.
so
like,
what's going on?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, this is the thing with Bobbin,
I know.
right? I think he's an empath. Like me.
Okay.
Adam. I am an empath. I get pissed off when you're pissed off.
When?
Whenever
You
you're pissed.
didn't get pissed off about the Delta girl like I did.
Yeah, because no one cares.
I cared.
Yeah, there is something about him that it's like he is sensitive in a way that he wants to like sympathize with other people and like does genuinely want to like help. And I can't tell if it's because he knows that he can't give that to himself.
His fatal flaw is that he can't do anything for himself, but he
Yes.
wants to do everything for everybody else.
I don't know. It does sound like Bobbin and I have a lot in common, girl. So just think about that. Think about all the things that I do for you.
And I love doing things for myself, by the way. That's fine. I feel very healthy.
Do you?
So then he's basically like, it sounds like you're jealous
Of
what's going on with
Yeah.
them.
And
Do
then
you think it's that? Now, again,
Again,
he has
ulterior
an
motive.
ulterior motive.
He has an ulterior motive. So
But-
there is it doesn't come out. He doesn't say it.
No.
But there is a feeling of like, well, don't you just want to be with Gian? Then maybe just do that.
Have you ever thought about
For,
like just being with him?
yeah.
And then this all would be solved.
Yeah.
So
So do it.
Bua then loses his mind. He goes to Chian's dorm.
Just crashes their dorm. And when Chian comes home, his roommate's like, I guess just let me know when you guys are done filming your stupid TikToks.
Yeah.
And when they're just sitting there, Bua goes, okay, this is the challenge I want to do. And it's a couple challenge.
It's very much a couple
It's the
challenge.
fucking-
Has nothing to do with anything they've ever done before, right?
It's just a couple challenge. And
They are a dance TikTok challenge.
Yes.
Girlies.
It's like they're fully this, and then Bua's like, "Hey, I want to do this," and it's fucking what's his face from his man
3 doing the milk guzzling.
Yeah,
That's essentially the energy of what Bua is like trying to do.
I know.
Jesus. So then we cut to, I love that we don't even see the agreement.
The agreements, but they just cut to the feed of the TikTok.
Oh my God.
And it's recording, and Chian is upset. He's like, I don't want to fucking do this. And Bua's like, just do it. And then he pushes him off. He like pushes him. He's like, no, I don't want to do this. Yeah. And then Bua goes up to him and kisses, like gives him a peck.
And then lays him on the bed and gets on top of him.
And gets on top of him and tries to like kiss him, but Chian is not.
He's not having it. And also Bua's like, I don't like you.
Yeah. And then he pulls back and he's like,
I don't know why I don't like you. Yeah.
So then now you've burnt this bridge.
So now you're definitely not friends anymore.
Because Chian is like, I don't
ever want to see you again.
want to see you again.
So now you've fully lost. Well, you've definitely lost the TikTok. For sure.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that in a minute. But you've definitely lost a friend in the process. So, the next scene is like, Bua like plans to run into 4 and tells 4 like, hey,
change the password.
You can change the password so I can't
again.
access the account anymore. 4 is like, I don't care.
So this is the part that's confusing me. He changes the password.
Yes, I don't. It doesn't.
And then he's like, well, I changed the password and I've signed out. But you know the password.
But you know the password, so I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
Didn't
That's
make sense
fine.
to me.
But I guess then I was like, oh, do
Unless
they
he
not
just-
make you type in the password twice on TikTok to change your password? You just type it in once. Because then I was like, oh, if you just type random letters.
That's the thing. Yeah, maybe he just said that. But yeah, how would you? Just copy
So,
paste it? I don't know.
The other thing that we didn't see, by the way, that I forgot to mention is there was a moment where, oh, maybe it's now actually, or maybe it was between. I don't know. There's a moment where Cheon has his nails done.
Then now he sends a line voice chat and says, "What are you doing?"
Ah, yes. Cheon does.
4 says,
oh, I didn't even talk about the end of the date.
Because at the end of the date,
about the end of the date.
Yes, the end of the day of nails and content, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because he goes back to his...
He just goes back to his dorm, but he just says, like, oh, we're going to record
the audio.
The audio. Yeah. Which is probably just like...
This is what we did for blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah. But he makes Cheon makes Forma just go home by himself.
Yes.
And Bua and Cheon, like, go take the BTS together.
Okay, that's what I missed.
So
because
after that, Forma...
There's a scene where 4 is crying with...
the doll diva. His doll friend. From Secret Crush, right?
Tarla or something like that? I don't remember what her character name is.
Yeah.
Whatever the girl in the friend group.
The girl in the friend group, yes.
He cries with her.
Yes.
And she like
because he
bad
fully
for him.
is like, I don't
want
to feel this way.
And now I'm realizing why they set up the scene like this.
Because Bobbin was not
fully
looking.
Ignoring.
Bobby was fully playing games with someone else.
Correct, because he's still mad at whatever. So he missed the opportunity to comfort him. We'll come back to that. Sorry, I'm blocking your camera.
So now, Cheon asks if he wants to go out, or what are you doing? And
you don't have to worry about doing nails with me anymore. I'm gonna get them done with my partner from now on. My partner. I didn't think I needed to tell you. I didn't clock what the fuck he meant by that.
Oh.
I was like, what does he mean?
Yeah.
It actually genuinely wasn't until
the trailer for the next episode. Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to show. But you see that Cheon had redone his nails, and it was the emojis that should 4 and Cheon be together. Whatever, which were the emojis that they were going to put in that fucking story like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
So Cheon misses.
So Cheon was gonna finally like bite the bullet and be like, "We're official."
Too late, diva.
And that's the end of the episode.
It's the end of the episode.
Now charging gel.
Now Miss Charging Gel.
So Miss Charging Gel. It's really sad.
Yeah.
But it's just Bua going through his drafts.
His iPhone storage is full, so he has to delete everything under the app. Because his TikTok is like 400 videos deep.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going through the different videos. One that was recent. One was the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of messaging some of the videos over to Bobbin to be like, can you save this? Because I
have no storage.
And Bobbin literally is like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Just delete them. So he's trying to delete them. He goes back to the very first one. And like, Cheon is the one that's like encouraging him, like, just do it. You never know. Like, this might pop off.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no one's going to watch this. Miss Diva from 4Eve is not going to watch this. And Cheon's like, you never know. So they do it. And he's like, well, can you do it with me? So they do it together. It's very sweet. But he doesn't delete him. He couldn't do it. But Bobbin does come.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, let's go eat mala. We'll charge our phones. You can airdrop me all the ones that you want to save, and then
so Bua and Bobbin are getting close.
Well, it's giving Misery Loves Company for sure.
It's giving Misery Loves Company, but it could be more.
It could be more. I mean, in the trailer, it looked like they're gonna be close.
Yeah,
which I'm into. I'm into cute boys being together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
that's it.
Okay, so Leon is your MVP for this app?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That fucking one take scene really killed me.
Yes, because he goes through all the emotions and he is very like finally able to say what he wants.
Well, that's what I think is like so fascinating about Bua's character is like he's I think still the last one who is kind
Opening
of
up
not realizing what really is going on.
Yeah. Because he doesn't have anyone to like analyze the situation with.
Right.
Cheon doesn't, but he is 1 year older than everyone. And I think because when he went to uni, he was able to kind of put everything in perspective.
Mm-hmm. But he still doesn't want to commit.
Yes, yeah. That's still very much like, that's a you thing.
That's a for sure.
That is not a situation where it's like,
No.
I'm put in this weird situation where I have to pick between my best friend or the person I like.
I mean, honestly, like 4 is kind of like the most
true and genuine to himself.
The least like he's the least problem. He's like causing the least problems, but other than
his personality is
he gets in his own way.
Yeah.
Because he keeps thinking he can like do these things, and then like he gets in these situations, and you're like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, because this is Leon's episode, I'll give it to Leon playing Bua.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think the 4 mod scene of listening to the line over and over again was so cute.
I know.
And Bobbin just
Bobbin crying,
yeah.
Bobbin hugging.
I'm just really feeling
I
for
think
Bobbin.
that shot of Cheon realizing that he like missed his shot with 4 is also like chilling.
Yeah.
Or even like the way Cheon just lays there while he's kissing him. It's so unsettling.
I know. Oof.
Yeah. Everyone's doing such a good job. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Despite you hating this episode.
Definitely did not say that. Definitely didn't.
So if you'd like to see episodes that Adam did like, join us over on patreon.com/boysloveboyslove. We are reacting to all of Gelboys. You can join the BL Lover tier to watch our reactions of this and other BLs, or join the combo tier so you can also enjoy the K-pop idol content that we churn out every week. So we've got a special surprise for next episode.
Oh yes, our nails. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
And then it'll be done. And then after that, the finale. And then we'll watch the documentary. And then it'll be time for a new show.
I know.
Busy bees.
I already know what I want to watch next.
I want to know what I want to watch next.
Well, too bad. I'm picking.
Why?
Because Doll Diva Boots.
We have to agree on it together.
And you're going to agree with me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Bye.
No.